Okay, so now, once an field action starts, like preparing the seatbed, the speed adjusts so you can watch it. In case you get annoyed by it because you don't like waiting, you can change this in the settings. In the general settings, you can adjust what action slows down and what not. We have reached the first step of growing these carrots. These have been seeded. Here on the right corner, you see that we have a lot of notifications. I ignore them because I know them already so well, but they give you valuable information actually. So it's always good to have a look here. So we're seeing there is no potassium on the field anymore, because the crop just snumped it all. And all the potassium is now in the carrots. So for if we wanna seed something new, we should probably take care of our potassium values first, just to make just to make sure. Also, we see that our nitrogen would also be not enough for a second round of harvesting carrots, so we would also need to take care of our nitrogen values for the next round. And it's also funny, it also shows us like the current sunshine duration. If we would start planting a carrot now on the seed on the field, there would be a lot of sunshine because we're in August. We have a field overview. You can have a look over all your fields, but the field overview makes only sense if you have like a lot of fields, obviously. Let's speed it up a bit. Okay, you've harvested your first crop. Now it's time to go to the marketplace and sell your earnings profitably. You can access the marketplace by pressing the button at the bottom of the screen. So, first of all, I'm gonna slow down the speed again. And for the marketplace, now we can choose how much carrots we wanna sell. You can either go by one, you can put everything inside, or you can actually type how many you wanna sell. So we currently have like, if we would sell 40 kilograms, we would make 160 money, euros in this case. And yeah, how many do we want to sell? I don't want to sell everything, and you will see in a minute why it's not wise to sell everything, but I think I will sell 351. So we have like a clean number here. Now, as I told you before, the carrots used up all the potassium and a lot of nitrogen, so we need to fertilize the soil again. To do this, we first will need to buy a fertilizer and then fertilize the screen. Fertilize the field. So, we're back at this screen. We need the fertilizer spreader. I will place it to my other tools here. Let's go. And then we can use it on the field. Now we have 4 options. We can go with the combined package with nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium, everything at once, for the price of 989. This price is calculated by the size of the field, so if you have a big field, it will cost you more. We can also choose to fertilize in separate packages, only nitrogen, only phosphorus, or only potassium. This is obviously not as pricey as the full package, but going with the full package, you would this would cost €1 less than having all of them separately. So we're gonna go for this, because it also isn't too bad if everything is replenished. And we can see if this will be enough. No, there it goes. Whoop. Now we can update it. We still see there's not enough of potassium, so I think I will go for a separate one just to fill this up. Okay, so the tutorial wants us to also increase the soil moisture. We're still at 100%, but just to make the tutorial happy, we will make this. Just so we have seen this. So for this you need the irrigation hose. So this is a special case. Normally in real life you would actually place it somewhere on the field and make sure that everything just lays there and you just activate it with the water. We cheated here a bit and just let it drag over the field. We are aware that this is not completely accurate, but this is like the best option we could come up with to make sure it's in the same system, even though it's actually a different system. But yeah. And then there's also another system down here. This is the spray pesticides one. This obviously also costs money and also requires a new vehicle. So we will have a look at this. So we need an anti-weed sprayer for that. Right. And now we can also make sure to spray pesticides, which is also good because we're already at 14% of weed on the field. The higher the number, the more damage the crops also get. So you need to make sure that the number is low. Right, let's go. Wait. Done. Now, the tutorial wants us to accept a contract and complete the contract. For contracts, there's the button down there. And now we can, since this is the carrot tutorial, also make a carrot contract. We can either accept the small one or the big one. We have seen that we have 4,000 carrots here, 4,000 kilograms of carrots. Therefore, we actually can accept both contracts. For contracts, it's important to always look at how much they actually pay. So there's a variance there. Some don't pay good, some pay quite well. And also how long you have time to actually fulfill them. Like it's not always, you're not always gonna be able to be in the position to already have harvested the crop and then sell it to a contract, but most of the time it's probably gonna play out as you will see different contracts and you will accept one and try to fulfill it in the time available for you. But we can accept the big one here because we have 4,000 and thousands is fine. Also we can do this would also be fine. We can complete it. So that's also why it's important to not sell everything at once in the marketplace. If you sell everything at once, you won't be able to accept the contracts. Also important feature of the contracts. I don't know how to read this icon. What do you want to say? You're taking notes. Okay, I see. Okay, yeah, take notes. You can also pin stuff. Then you don't need to take notes. This is also fine. But you can also... But you need to get inside the screen again to complete the contract. So we have completed both, and you will see that in 108 days there will be new contracts available. Which is good, because they earn us a lot more money than we sell them through the marketplace. So we have now 2 fields, and now we need to think what we would do with these. I think I'm gonna do another round of carrots here, as we have all the equipment for it. But now we need to make sure that our worker either is not blocked or to have 2 workers. And I think I will go the 2 worker route. But let's see. So I'm gonna start in April with my carrots here. And prepare my seed bed. Do these into that. Make sure everything is fine. And it seems 2026 is gonna be similar to the year before. And we can confirm that. And we can also do the same here. So same year. So what we can do now to have a reference what we did in the field before is to go to the field overview and actually see that we did plan the carrot from April to June. So we probably want the next on the other field from May to June. Then we can do this with 1 worker without scaling up our business. Or we can go April and hire a 2nd worker, but then we would also need to buy a new tractor and new vehicles and implements to make sure that there's enough resources. When you go to the contract screen, you will see that there's like so many days to accept the contract, and then when you accept the contract, you have the time that is shown here. So you don't have 347 days to fulfill the contract, but you could basically prepare this year and halfway through the year see which contract you want to accept. So for us, we want to have carrots. So we're gonna search for 1 with carrots. We currently have a tiny bug which always shows carrots here, but you can hover over these carrots to see which crop you actually need. This will also be fixed. But yeah, this is just a small bug here. So we need more storage. I will put... let me see. What do we want actually? So we either could have the small one with 15,000 kilogram capacity, or the bigger one with 60,000. But if I would buy the big one with our 69,000, we would be very short on money. So I think I'm gonna go with the small one. It's always important to have a look at how many storages you actually have. Because if you don't have enough, you just can't bring in all your harvest, and this is just sad and a waste of all your effort you put in.